Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some familiar names, some new names. Good to see. We'll give it another 3 or 4 minutes before we jump in. We're here for make sure you're in the right place. This is our Friday meditation workshop. I estimate this will take between 60 and 75 minutes. And we're actually going to do a deep meditation. We're actually, the purpose of these Friday meditation workshops is to go over there are 4 guided meditations in this book. And today we're going to go deep into meditation number 1. So great to see a lot of you back. Um, Excited that you're all here. Great way to start off your weekend. As I said in the newsletter, really start to think about making your weekend a weekend about you, about doing the inner work, about taking time for yourself, moving through whatever journey, wherever you're at on the journey, whatever life brings you. Make this weekend, every weekend, about you. Make it about your meditation practice, your health, your relationships. Just focus inward and just kind of make this weekend about making it's just improving yourself in all different ways. Self-care, self-attention, self-care. I like that, Myra. We're getting somewhere. We're getting there. Glad to see everybody here. We're going to give it another 2 or 3 minutes. For those who think that 4:00 really means 4:04 or 4:05, we'll work on that. And just while we're waiting, just a commercial, doing a lot of work on the back end. We're going to be moving our community to another platform, maybe before Thanksgiving. That's my hope. If not, right after Thanksgiving, that break. And it's going to be on a platform called Circle. And there you have it. You'll all be invited. And you'll be invited to that Circle platform. There'll be all types of meditation resources, health resources. That library will be growing over time. We already have some good stuff to put in there, but we'll keep growing those libraries. We're going to have a parents section. We talk about, helping, healing, and supporting parents and families. So there'll be a section on the website on our platform for that. We're going to have it's a community platform, and it's really intended to be less one to many, like this is just me broadcasting, and more of, folks interacting on their own. So just while we wait for some other folks to show up, I just wanted to share that with you. And you'll all be invited. I'll probably, the way I think about it, the way I'm seeing it's going to working out, we're still going to be doing some lives on Substack, and maybe even still doing some lives on TikTok. I'm not really 100% sure what's going to happen in the future, but Circle also has its own live function, and that would be just kind of like a members only thing. So we can really get deep, deep, deep into the work without, like on TikTok, you got to spend time, I don't know, sorting through people or convincing people of a certain thing. And once you're in the community, once you're in that circle, we're just going to go deep into the teaching. So anyway, just making that announcement before we start. So I think we've waited long enough. It's 4:03 where I'm at. So let's go. The purpose of this Friday workshop, which we're going to be doing every Friday. We've been doing this for about the last 7 or 8 weeks, and we'll continue to do this every Friday, certainly through the end of the year. At least my intention to keep doing it every Friday. And the purpose of this Friday workshop is because meditation, your spiritual practice, let's erase the word meditation, your spiritual practice is your responsibility. It's like your commitment to yourself. I'm not going to wake you up every morning at 7:30 and say, "Hey, you got to meditate," and before you go to sleep, "Hey, you don't go to sleep, you have to meditate." That's your job. You've got to be self-reliant. You have to really want to have a spiritual journey. But it's very important that you anchor yourself for a few minutes in alignment and peace and balance every morning and before you go to sleep. So these are 2 really important habits you want to develop. Understanding that nobody's perfect. We're all not perfect. We make promises to ourselves, and then for some reason we break our promise and we don't meditate every day. That's why we come back every Friday, to kind of spin the wheel again and remind you why you're starting a meditation practice in the first place. Remind you what it feels like to be balanced and aligned. Actually go through a meditation in some depth so that you get the sense of it, so that you can start to own these meditations. And then when you X out of here, of course, you're back on your own again. And so you have to be disciplined. You have to be self reliant. If this is something you want to do, let's keep it going. But we're here to support you. I'm here to support you. The collective, which you're all part of, this collective is here to kind of pull you up to the best version of yourself. So we're going to be here every Friday to just remind you why you're meditating, to get you aligned for a few minutes and just get you re-energized in your meditation practice. And so what I'd like you to start to think about is to create this weekly Friday afternoon rhythm and just kind of get back into it and get back into it and get back into it and get back into it. And don't let yourself get too far. One of the things I say this about meditation all the time. Once you get a hold of a meditation practice and you start to feel like, okay, I understand why I'm meditating now. This is a little bit different. I feel like I own this. I feel like I can do this. Once you, because all of us have tried and quit, tried and quit. So this effort, once you get a hold of this, it's really important. Don't let go of it and don't drift off without a meditation practice. So really make it a priority for yourself to show up every morning, every night, as often as you can, to these Friday workshops, to the other workshops that we do, to the live events. Don't let go of this. Like, hang on to this and keep going through the challenges, through the disruption, through the discomfort. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to meditate. Just work yourself through that. So, this is important. The name of the book isn't meditation for the next 2 weeks. It's meditation for the rest of your life. So think long term. And really, if you can grab onto a meditation practice, you're all here. So you're all something obviously you're interested in and want to do. Once you grab onto it, hang on to it. Let it take you. Don't let go of it and, oh well, I quit again. Don't do that to yourself. Keep showing up. And if you do let go of it, try to get back to it as soon as you can. Because I understand, life gets in the way. Life comes at you in waves, and next week you're going to feel differently than you do right now, and that's okay. That's all part of the journey. So before we get into today, we're going to do meditation number one in this book. It's called the Keyword Focus Meditation. It's a particular technique or a tool that you can use. It's a guided meditation. And for those of you that don't have this book yet, it's a journal. So you get to kind of document your experiences in these meditations. But on each page, there's a QR code. So you're not reading the meditation. You're closing your eyes, going to the QR code and listening to the guided meditation. So you'll be listening to my voice. We're actually going to listen to meditation number one today. But before we do meditation number one from that book, I want to talk to you about deep breathing. And I want to kind of expand what I may have shared with you before. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture of your diaphragm muscle, and I'm going to give you some suggestions. We'll do a little bit of an exercise. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. So this is a picture of your diaphragm muscle. Oops. This is a picture of your diaphragm. All right. So that's your diaphragm, but I'm scrolling it up. The diaphragm is it's a flat muscle that is underneath your heart and lungs, and it's above your digestive system. So what happens is when you inhale, this peak, these peak muscles flatten down, and that obviously allows more air into the lungs. As these muscles flatten down, they gently push into your digestive system. And so, and as you breathe up, it compresses the chest cavity. So it compresses the cavity of the heart when you exhale. And it's really important. People don't know this, but your heart actually moves. It spirals. It sits above the diaphragm. And when you diaphragmatically breathe, the heart spirals and it creates like a vortex. So this diaphragmatic breathing is absolutely essential to your health. There's 100 other things I could tell you, but what I wanted to share with you in the time we have today is to understand that your diaphragm is perfectly designed. There are several holes in the diaphragm. One of the holes is where your esophagus goes from, your throat all the way down, and then it goes into your stomach and your digestive system. So that's one of the holes. And the other hole is your aorta. So from the blood from the heart goes into the aorta. There's a hole in the diaphragm for that. And then there's another hole for the vena cava. So it's really perfectly designed. But here, what I really want you to notice about this picture more than anything else is to understand what I'm about to tell you. 2/3 of your diaphragm muscle is behind you. It's in your back. And so mostly when we diaphragmatically breathe, it's our belly is pushing out. We're only using the front portion of our diaphragm. So I want to share with you like a little exercise that we'll do so that you can really capture the full range of motion in your diaphragm. So you're sitting, right? So I want you to sit up in what you would consider to be good posture. Frame up, shoulders not, no, head up straight, shoulders not pinned back, but just not leaning, not drooping forward, and rising all the way straight. Okay. And I want you to diaphragmatic, just try to find your diaphragm and breathe through your diaphragm. And I want you to notice that when you have really good posture, your belly is going out and you're only using the front half of your diaphragm. So in order to do a proper diaphragmatic breath, you need to slouch ever so slightly and relax the structure a little bit. And now when you diaphragmatic breathe, you can use the whole diaphragm. That's the goal, is you want to use the whole diaphragm and just use the back part of the diaphragm as much and more so than the front part of the diaphragm. So let's just do that. Just do a few, I do want you to see how when you sit up like, soldier straight, is great for your posture, great for your nervous energy flow, but it's not good for your diaphragmatic breathing because you're only using the front part of your diaphragm. Which is better than nothing, right? At least you're breathing from the diaphragm. And then slouch ever so slightly. And I want you to do a full diaphragmatic breath using all the parts. Radiate your diaphragm out. It'll automatically pull the lower ribs away. So just do that a few times and get in touch with that. Don't make any great effort. Just observe the difference and how you can get your back of the diaphragm engaged. And not only does that allow more air into your lungs, which I really could and should repeat over and over again, you need to be a deep breather. You need to get the oxygen that's out there in the room and all the chi and the prana that's zizzing around out there. That's great that it's out there. You want to bring it inside your body. You want to bring as much oxygen, as much life force into your body, into your lungs. Then it transfers to your red blood cells. And then that chi, the prana, the oxygen, the life force is transmitted out to every cell in your body. So it's very important to be a deep breather. And as a deep breather, it's really important to start to connect with your diaphragm. And there's another thing, and I know this sounds crazy, but we're going to do it anyway. There are 74 diaphragms in your body. A diaphragm being defined as like a sheet muscle that's attached to the skeleton and it expands and contracts like a jellyfish. There are 74 of these in your body. And when your diaphragm, when you're just sitting watching TV or right now as we're doing the exercises, as you're diaphragmatically breathing, you're setting up a wave inside your body. And if you really relax and connect with it, all of the diaphragms in your body start to become coherent with that wave. Now, there are also, from what I understand, about 20 or 25 diaphragms in your head, in different parts of your head. So I want you to do just like I said, just slouch forward on purpose, not forward, but just, break your soldier posture and just relax ever so slightly. And that will enable you to breathe in a circular way. You want to breathe in a circular way, almost like a geodome. You want to breathe out every time your diaphragm expands. It's not just your diaphragm that's expanding, all of the diaphragms in your body and your legs, your feet, your toe, all of that. Every major joint has a diaphragm, and your head has multiple, like more than 20. So I want you to just connect with that whole body breath. Let's just do, I don't know, a minute or two of this breathing and just kind of feel how you can start to release and surrender to this and just kind of let the everything fill up in your head and your joints, kind of expand yourself and contract yourself. Your pelvic floor is a diaphragm. And as you breathe this diaphragm, you can regulate the expansion and contraction of your pelvic floor. You can regulate the expansion and contraction of areas in your face and your head, in your sinuses. You can regulate the diaphragm, the flexibility in all of your joints, your shoulder joints, your hip joints, your knees, your ankles. An even more advanced technique is you can literally divide your body in half and use only one side of your diaphragm. And that will also expand this one side of your body. And then when you exhale, it goes back and you can inhale through the other side. These are different things you can play around with. And you can do this, while you're watching TV or just driving. And what we're trying to do here is get in touch with the back of our diaphragm, the full diaphragmatic movement, expanding, contracting. You want to feel that. You want to feel how that kind of create space for the other parts of your body to expand and contract. Breathe in like you're a geodesic dome going out in a circle. Breathe out so that all your whole body comes back in. And just keep expanding yourself like that and contracting. And what we're talking about here is adjacent to meditation. This is not actually meditation, although, of course, you could simply close your eyes and breathe, and that would count as a meditation. But our meditations are a little bit different. Our meditations are intended to open up psychic abilities and different dimensional ways of thinking. But this is adjacent to meditation. And it's really very important to me that one of the things that we do as a collective is that we are deep breathers. I'll say it again. There is nothing you can do that's healthier for you than to fill your lungs up with oxygen because that brings fuel, oxygen, life force, chi, prana, whatever you want to call it. And it brings that into your lungs, which then distributes that fuel to the rest of your cells. And when you breathe shallow, and you can live to be 110 years old and never take a deep breath, there's something amazing about your body. You can breathe just like this. But what happens is when you breathe the bare minimum over a period of hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, what happens is your cells are getting the bare minimum amount of fuel. So your cells begin to operate at the lowest level of vibration, the lowest level of efficiency. Why would they work harder? Because they know they're not going to get enough fuel. So they kind of negotiate their way down to the lowest level. So all of the cells in your body are operating at this lowest level. Don't get me wrong, you could live to be 100 years old like this. But when you're a deep breather, when you take in 2 and 3 times more air with every breath, and this becomes a habit, not just 3 deep breaths in the morning and 3 at night, but you start to become a deep breather throughout the day. You put the TV on pause while you're watching the college football games tomorrow, and you just give yourself another 2, 3, 5 minutes of deep breathing. You're hyper oxygenating your body, which means that when you first start deep breathing, your little cells, they don't believe you. She's not serious. She's just breathing deep, but I'm not gonna do any more work because I don't believe it. When you hyperoxygenate over a period of days and weeks, certainly months, but within weeks, you'll start to reel, you'll start to your cells will start to, wow, I guess she's serious. I like, they want that more oxygen and more fuel. So over time your cells start to negotiate up, and if you're going to keep deep breathing, they're going to keep operating with more efficiency. So over a period of a few weeks with consistent deep breathing, the most important thing you can do for your health, with you do this consistently for a few weeks, all of a sudden your whole vibratory rate increases. Your energetic vibration increases. You're operating at a higher frequency, much higher efficiency, much healthier. And what happens is, as your cellular rate goes up, this is important, your immune system strengthens. So as a deep breather, you're automatically increasing the strength of your immune system. And if you remember with COVID, it was a lung infection. At first, it morphed after a year or so, but it attacked your lungs. And the people that died from COVID or got really sick or had brain malfunction and all kinds of horrible things that happened to them were people with low immune systems, overweight people, old people, babies, people that had very low immune system. Not one person on TV would ever have told you to deep breathe, but if you become a deep breather, you would have gotten infected. You wouldn't even know it because your immune system was way more powerful. And other people's immune system, the virus would creep in, the immune system couldn't fight it. But your immune system up here would be able to fight off the infection. And make no mistake about this, and I don't mean to be negative, I just want to tell you something to be aware of. The COVID crisis was the first in a tsunami of viruses and bacteria that are coming through the human population. Some of them are going to be much more intense than the COVID. If you have a high immune system, not to say you won't get infected and not to say, something bad won't happen to you, but you have a much better chance of surviving through this wave over the next 15, 20, 30, 40 years, much better chance of surviving and being healthy and maintaining. And people that have a low immune system, well, they're shit out of luck. They'd have to be lucky to make it through. And I don't mean this in a flippant way or any way to be humorous about it or frightening you in any way. That's just a fact. There are more coming, and your job individually is to raise your vibratory rate. And the only way to do that, the single way to do that, is to get more fuel into your cells. And your body is perfectly designed to do that. But we're not aware, for example, of the 2/3 of our diaphragm being in the back. So we've never really used that. Now we can start using that, and we can start also imagining that creates a rhythm in the rest of our body so that the whole rest of our body can also expand and contract, expand and contract. There's so much more about deep breathing and the function of the diaphragm and how it presses out against different muscles. And by pressing out against your back muscles, for example, it squeezes out the toxins from your back muscles that go into your lymph system. It was a whole nother conversation about your lymph system, your fascia. We've really got to understand our bodies. And even if you don't understand anything I just said, just be a deep breather, and we'll leave it at that. So I wanted to share that with you, and I leave that with you as a gift, an instruction, something to keep in your mind, and something that you need to start to add to your awareness, and you need to become a deep breather. And if I could change anything about people, that would be the first thing I would change, because that changes your whole energy flow. Your energy flow is the same exact thing as your health. They're the same thing. When your energy is blocked and obstructed, your health is blocked and obstructed. So we want to clear out the central channel, clear out our energy system, release all tension from our body, hyperoxygenate, hyper fuel ourselves. That's what we want to do. So there we go. All right. Now we're going to get into our meditation. This is meditation number one from the book Meditation for Life. It's called Keyword Focus, and we'll actually listen to it. It's an 11-minute meditation, and we'll do it in just a few minutes. It's a little prep. We are, I mean, just look at the way your body is. This miraculous. Like just the way your body is designed, the way the systems interact, the way the whole thing, the way the air is the healing, the oxygen and the chi and the prana are the healing forces that flow. It's just a beautiful, beautiful system. But despite the fact that we have this beautiful system, our senses are very limited. So and I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, we only see, hear, taste, touch in a very narrow bandwidth. So we see, or we're aware of what's going on in the universe using our lowest five senses. The part of the universe that we can't see, which is, of course, 99.99% of it that we can't see, is not empty. It's just that we can't see it and we're not aware of it. But the rest of the universe, all of these other gradations of frequency and energy, all of these things are available. There's energy out there and it's doing whatever it's doing. We have the ability through using our inner sight, and we'll do this meditation, using your inner sight, coming up with an idea about how you want to specifically package this. You can package this energy. You can grab this energy. It's always available, package it, and then take that energy and absorb it into your own energetic system. So we have the ability to infuse ourselves with new energy that we can't even see, we can only imagine. I know if that doesn't make sense and you haven't done this, if you haven't done this meditation yet, you'll see what I'm talking about, because this meditation is about closing your eyes, imagining something outside of you, applying energy to it, and then absorbing that energy, adding that energy into your system. All right, so with that background, I am going to start this meditation. It's 11 minutes and 8 seconds. So here we go. Welcome to the Keyword Focus Meditation. You can hear that? Now, if you're new to meditation, you might think that meditation means you're not allowed to have any thoughts. That is one type of meditation, but there's so much more to it. You see, meditation opens a doorway to your inner world where you can experience peace, alignment, and balance from the inside. It's just a natural part of who you are. And this keyword focus meditation is an easy way to create your own balanced wavelength until peace, harmony, and balance become your default way of being. You're going to be creating a new path for yourself, a path that's balanced, healthy, and aligned with who you really are. So let's get into the keyword focus meditation, where you can start creating your own wavelength that's going to get stronger over time. Here we go. Sit comfortably, relax, close your eyes, just release all tension in your body. Today, we will highlight 2 keywords. But before we get to that, I want you to notice how, even though your eyes are closed, observe how your awareness, your energy, your attention is still pointed outside. I want you to reverse that awareness. It's very subtle, but turn your awareness around to look inside yourself. This is called inner sight. It's a very subtle shift in your attention. Reverse your awareness and use your inner sight to scan yourself. And even if all you see is darkness right now, that's okay. This is how you start activating your inner sight. Draw your inner sight to your diaphragm. Relax and find your diaphragm. It's that flat muscle that does the breathing for you. Notice when it gently expands, how the lungs automatically, effortlessly fill with air. Feel that air coming into and out of your lungs, and put your inner sight on your lungs and your diaphragm like a system that work together, and feel the air coming in and out of your lungs. Observe how the diaphragm is like a gentle pump. Put your awareness on your whole breath for 30 seconds. I want you to feel how long 30 seconds is. And if your awareness drifts outside, remember to reverse the light and bring it back inside. Thirty seconds. You did it. Now, let's start with the first keyword. Imagine above your head in big bold letters the word patience. Now, patience is more than a word, right? It means a lot of things. It carries its own energy pattern, its own essence, its own power. See the word patience more as a cloud or a pattern of energy that represents patience, and see it floating above your head. Now, see that word patience descending slowly into your energy field and weaving itself into your being. Let it descend into you. The word patience and everything it means, all of that energy now merging with your body, merging with your skin and your muscles and your bones. Feel patience in your cells, percolating into your DNA. Slowly, gently repeat the word patience. The universe operates in longer rhythms and cycles. So be patient and align yourself with that slower, longer rhythm. Feel how patience dissolves the emotions that have been living inside your body. Patience when you're driving, patience when you're cooking your meal, patience when you're eating, patience with your children and your loved ones, patience in all aspects of life. You are patience. Feel that essence of patience inhabiting your being. You are that energy of patience. Physically, emotionally, energetically, you are patience. See the word patience and silently repeat the word and feel it as part of you. And sit with that inner focus now for 60 seconds. And as always, if you feel your attention projecting outward, reverse your awareness back inside you. Become patience for 60 seconds. Great job. Now let's use a second related keyword. I want you to see the word balance over your head. Again, such a simple word, but it has its own power, its own essence, its own energy, its own meaning that surrounds it. Feel that word balance and let it descend from above your head and become that word balance, become that whole energy cloud, balance, merging into your being. Every cell in your body absorbing the essence of the word balance. You are balance. You are patience. And everything that means is now part of you. Let's sit with both those words for another 60 seconds. Silently repeat those words to fortify your inner concentration. And if your attention drifts, simply reverse your awareness back inside. Let's do that for 60 seconds. That's it. Beautifully done. Simply being here for a few minutes has put in motion unseen forces that are now aligning with this new wavelength of peace and balance that you've absorbed. The universe is now working for you. Be patient and let this new way of being take hold. This is a simple meditation, entry level, but look at what you've already accomplished. You've begun connecting with your inner sight. That's huge for what's coming next. You're practicing focused awareness for a minute. 99% of people on the planet can't do that. You've connected with an inner sense of your emotional and energetic fields as you allowed the energies of the keywords to merge with your own energy patterns. These are all very subtle but very important areas of progress that you need to keep in mind as you continue with this work. It's not complicated. It's just a new approach to life. And before you know it, patience and balance become anchored in your being. And meditation is going to feel as natural as breathing. Log this meditation experience in your journal. Read some of the affirmations. Remember, this is only day one. This is just a temporary plateau from which you will continue to rise on your journey. I'm going to read you some of the affirmations that are in this book. This was meditation number 1 that we just did. For me personally, every time I hear it, it just it just really helps me. It just really helps me almost like at the cellular level, if that makes sense. I don't try to force, fix, or change others. I'm focused entirely on my own journey. I can easily hold my focus for 60 seconds. I can easily hold my focus for 60 seconds. I feel patient and balanced throughout the day. Feel patient and balanced throughout the day. I am becoming more and more the person I want to be. I am becoming more and more the person I want to be. This journey is soft and natural. This journey is soft and natural. I can change anything about myself. I can change anything about myself. Meditation is a vital part of my morning. Meditation is a vital part of my morning. This time, I'm building a meditation habit that lasts. This time, I'm building a meditation habit that lasts. I am patient with myself during this process. Patient with myself during this process. I'm on a sacred journey to a more balanced life. I'm on a sacred journey to a more balanced life. My life is healed by patience. My life is healed by patience. This is obviously, I recommend all four of these guided meditations all the time, but this one in particular. I want to go a little bit deeper though and explain that it's not just patience and balance. We can choose any concept and bring it into our energy field. Again, imagine that, right? The universe out there is filled with energy. We can just pick a concept, patience, put a package on it, build it into a cloud of energy and all this depth and essence of meaning, and then just percolate it into our cellular structure. This is called the keyword focus. It's a technique, a tool that you now have available to you. What are some, for those of you that have been doing this in the book, it asks you to come up with some other keywords that you want to use. What are just some, throw out some other keywords and we'll pick one and we'll do that meditation again using a different keyword. And if you don't, I have a couple in mind too. So, but I want to hear what you guys are thinking. Yeah. And as we do our group meditations, as we group meditations as an inner collective, these are the types of tools that we have available to us. What are some other words that hit you? Confidence? Yeah. Keep coming, because I got one or two in mind. Fearless. That one resonates. Just to show you, gratitude, peace, calm. Let me and first of all, these are all obviously, you can do these on your own, obviously. But let me give you one that's I believe is really, really important. I'm gonna give you one that I think will change your cellular structure and change your whole approach to life. And the one we're gonna do is self-reliance. And I've been working on this concept of self-reliance for a decade, and it's like peeling back an onion. We really have no idea how much we kind of give away to others, just waiting for them to set the direction, waiting for them to tell us what to do, waiting for them. Um, or oppositely feeling helpless, victim. I can't do it. I'm overwhelmed. I can't take care of my money. It's too complicated. I hate talking about money. Oh, I can't. It's too complex. This victimhood, or this feeling of overwhelm, or this feeling of just waiting. Like, what's the point of this life? Like, what are we waiting for? You ever sit there and 10:30 at night watching TV and you go, what the fuck, what am I doing here? Like, what's the point? I want to share the word self-reliance. So let's do that again. Close your eyes and let's practice again reversing your awareness. This is called inner sight. This is a really important skill. Just something to get used to. And every time you sit down to meditate on your own, reverse the awareness. The Taoists were really big on not wasting, letting energy leak out. So this is a Taoist concept. It's called reversing the light. You feel yourself expressing outward. Nope. It's a very subtle thing, but you turn your awareness inside. I want you to imagine the word self-reliance in big letters over your head. Self-reliance isn't just a word. It carries with it an essential meaning, an essential attitude about life, an essential approach, a mindset. And I want you to wrap that word self-reliance into all that energy and form it into a cloud. Self-reliance and all the things that it means, self-reliance in every part of your life. And I want you to turn that into an energy cloud. And I want you to slowly descend that cloud of self-reliant energy. And the minute it touches the outer portion of your energetic field, I want you to feel that. And I want you to feel how it immediately starts to percolate through your emotional body, through your energetic body, through your physical body. Self-reliance and all that it means. And all that energy and that energy cloud of self-reliance is now in your energy system. There's no difference now between your energy and the energy of self-reliance. It's inhabiting you now in your skin, in your muscles, in your bones. Self-reliance in your cells. Self-reliance in your DNA. I am someone who is self-reliant. And I want you to sit with that and absorb that essential energy of self-reliance, absorb that into your character, into your being. And I want you to start observing all the times when you are literally waiting for somebody else to do something for you. And that's not going to happen anymore. I can't do that because so-and-so didn't do what they were. No, forget that. I can't tell. I mean, I'm just sharing a personal story. For 30 years, I complained that I wasn't eating healthy. There's too much candy. There's ice cream. Why do you keep buying all this ice cream? I was a victim. I was helpless. I was just eating the food that my wife, I had no control. And then one day, holy shit, I can shop for the food that I want. Why would I sit here and complain that she's not buying the right food? I'm just going to buy the right food for myself. Self-reliant. That's how you switch everything around for yourself. Take charge. See what needs to be done. Take the right action. Recognize that you are responsible. You are responsible. And now it's in you. It's in your energetic field. It's in your emotional body. And if you keep this word self-reliance over and over and over again, you'll completely change the way you look at things, the way you approach life. If something needs to get done, do it. If something feels overwhelming, shift. No, it's not overwhelming. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to be self-reliant. Let's do one more. Let's do unconditional love. I like that. I have to really think about essentially what those words mean. All right, unconditional love. I want you to imagine that word. Let's just take the word love. Love. Obviously, a simple word, but it has so much meaning and so much essence attached to it. So let's build a cloud of energy around that word love. Unconditional love, self love, seeing the best in other people. Just build that energy cloud around that word. And now allow that word love and that cloud and everything that it means in essence to sink down. And as it touches the outside of your energy field, it just percolates into your whole being. And as it descends, this energy is your energy. Love, self love, acceptance, unconditional love. Just feel that radiating through your body. Feel it in your cells. There's no difference now between your energy field and this energy field of love. And just feel it sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into your being. Beautiful. So that's a tool called the keyword focus. And again, the essence is the invisible world is not empty. There's lots of energy there. There's lots of energy that can be gathered. Our thoughts gather or give a focal point to that energy, but we're kind of playing with it, making love to it a little bit, wrapping it in a cloud, um, kind of just enjoying it. Is anybody else having connection issues? So it's not empty. We can identify a concept, put a word on it, grasp not just the word, but the essential meaning of it, and then literally become that energy. Anything can be grabbed from the invisible and absorbed into you. That's quite a tool that we have now. So regarding now your personal meditation practice, if you don't have this book, get it from Amazon. As I said, each time you do the meditation, there's a QR code, and you can just listen to the meditation just like we listened to it just now. And you let yourself go. You're not meditating, trying to think about nothing, which would be crazy because all you're going to think about is all the things you're thinking about, and you're just going to quit anyway. So instead of quieting your mind, these are guided meditations that give your mind something to think about, give your mind a new concept, a new ability that you didn't know you have, that's opening up an inner space of abundance and health and energy and possibility. That's all meditation is. It's just a doorway to get you into this beautiful inner space where you have all this energy field, your emotional field, your light, your energy, ideas, concepts, wavelengths. They're all for you to enjoy. So I hope that those of you that have ever struggled with meditation, grab these guided meditations and just kind of weave them into your daily existence, because it's not meditation for a week or a month. It's meditation for the rest of your life. I don't know what the future is going to bring. How would I possibly know that? But you know what I do know? I'm going to be in that. I'm going to go through time and face that future clear of all obstructions, flowing energetically, deep breathing, healthy. I know I'm taking care of the things inside that I can take care of. I can't fix the world. I can't make the world show up to me 10 years from now exactly the way I want it. That's out of my control. But I can show up in the present moment stronger, healthier, more aware, more self loving, more accepting, more heart centered, etc. So I don't, yeah. So thank you all. That felt nice to me too. It's funny, each one of these lives is such its own little bubble, and then it just goes off in the world, and it has its own shape and its own experience and its own energy, and then the next live will be different from this one, and even if we talk about the exact same thing, it's like a little bubble, and you had the opportunity to experience it, be part of it, and allow it to percolate into you and kind of affect you. So we all have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of unpacking of our subconscious that has to be done. There's a lot of changing of our, a lot of changing about our, not our personality, but our character traits, the way we view transactions, the way we view other people, a lot of softening and reconditioning in our own bodies and in our own lives that has to be done over the next weeks and months and years. So this is just a day in the life. This is not, okay, I'm finished. This is just one day. You've got to keep doing these meditations. You've got to keep doing all, just being a better person every single day. The deep breathing never stops. The exercise, the stretching, all of that never stops. Just keep working at it and keep building yourself to higher and higher levels. And then, as we clear ourselves as channels, we're much better off when we come together and each of us is clear in our own way so that we don't bring obstructions and negativity into our group manifestation. We bring a clear channel into our group manifestation. We have the ability to focus on the picture that we're manifesting, and this group manifestations get more and more and more powerful. Not only the more people who participate, but the clearer each of us becomes in our own personal life, the more balanced we become. I did want to talk about one last thing. There are three things if your goal is to be aligned, right? That's what we want. We want to be aligned with this underlying rhythm of the universe. We want to feel more natural and authentic and aligned. We don't want to carry any negative baggage, right? So we really want to be aligned. In order to be aligned, you've got to be balanced. You can't be crazy out of balance in all the areas of your life. You can't have like high stress and high emotion and anger and all that stuff. You can't have that, or fear, or all that stuff makes you out of balance, and then you can't be aligned because you're trying to be aligned but you're still holding on to all this imbalance. The only way you're going to get yourself into balance so that you can be aligned, so the precursor to alignment is to bring aspects of your life into balance. The precursor to balance is patience. You can't be balanced if you don't have patience for the process. It's not flipping a switch and now I'm perfectly aligned and every area of my life is perfectly balanced. You just have to be patient, patient, patient. And that'll allow you to start to bring things into balance, and that will allow you to feel the alignment flow a lot more. So, and the collective is nothing more than this aligned flow of energy that's reminding you to join into this aligned flow of energy. And you can't be aligned unless your life is in balance. So that's the personal work you've got to do. And you'll never bring your life into balance if you're impatient all the time. So patience, sink it down into your DNA, into your cells. Patience. That's why I put it as the first meditation in the book. It's it's the starting point for balance, and balance is the starting point for alignment. And alignment is the starting point for ascension. So we'll get there. We are there. We're working through it. So, all right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to post this back on Substack um, probably tonight. So everyone have a great, unless there are any questions, comments, I love you all. I just want you to know I really appreciate your time, your energy to be here live. It means a lot to me. And it means a lot. We are moving forward. And when we get into this new community, we're going to start to lay out some ground rules and we'll do a lot of the groundwork that's going to really form the platform for our higher dimensional work that we're all going to be sharing in on. So thank you all for being here. All the folks that are new, thank you so much for checking it out. Hopefully this is what you wanted, what you expected from a meditation workshop. We'll be here every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And we have other live events, and you're already subscribed, so you're already getting the newsletter. That's probably why you're here in the first place. Just go to all the live events you want to go to and just plug yourself into the collective and kind of get swept up into it. So thank you all. Enjoy all your college football games tonight and tomorrow. That's what I'll be doing. My eyeballs are going to be drowning in college football, so I love it. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see some of you on Sunday morning when we do our book club. And we're going to be talking about this book here, The Cycle of Mind. And we're going to be doing some more inner work on Sunday morning. And then again, Sunday night with the whole collective. Take care, everybody. Thank you all. Thank you for your efforts, your energy, and your light. Love you all. Thank you.